guys, welcome back to another video. My name is LJ if you're new to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about brushes, specifically face brushes. I felt the need to make this video because a lot of times people ask me in the comment section like what brush is that you're using for your concealer or what you use for your foundation brush. So I felt the need to just make a video collectively talking about all the brushes that I use for my face. So if you're interested in seeing this video, then keep on watching. I just want to mention that some of these brushes are Morphe brushes. Most of them are actually Morphe brushes, and some of them are not sold anymore. However, they do have other brushes that are very similar to the ones that I'm about to show you guys, and I will leave the link to all the brushes that they have available down below in the description box. So first I'm going to start off with foundation brush. The foundation brush that I use is this Morphe G36 brush. This is just like a rounded buffer brush, and it's very small. The reason why I like this brush is because it's very lightweight, and I really like the G brushes. This is from the gunmetal collection. They do not sell these anymore. I don't know why they discontinued them, but these were like my favorite brushes because they're very light. I like lightweight brushes because it allows me to move the brush around my face very much easier than if the brush was heavy. Now I also have another foundation brush. This is the M501 brush. This is also a foundation brush. I use this sometimes when my G36 brush is dirty. This one is available. I will leave the link to this down below. It costs $16 and it's a deluxe buffer brush. So it's rounded just like the G36, and I use it for foundation. You can just use it to pat on the foundation. I don't like swiping my foundation. I just like pressing it into my skin. And I feel like this brush is perfect for that. So then when I blend out my concealer, I use the G2 brush, and this is what the brush looks like. So this is an under eye bullet brush. It's shaped like a bullet. It costs $10 and it's very soft. I really like this brush because one, it's also weightless like the foundation brush, and two, it's very soft. So when you're blending under your eye, it gives you like that nice finish look. It completely blends out your concealer. Because the bristles are really soft, it's very gentle under your eyes. You don't want something that's very pokey and very stiff under your eyes because it gives you creases and all that stuff. So I also like to use beauty sponges to blend out my concealer because they're also really soft on the skin. This one is the one that I always use for concealer if I'm using a brush. I don't have any other substitute for this one. However, Morphe does have another one that's very similar to it. It's called the M536 brush. It's also an under eye, and it's also shaped like a bullet, and it costs $10. So very affordable for a brush, and it's actually really good quality brush. Next, after I blend out my concealer, I always do my contour, and the contour brush that I use is this Morphe brush right here. It's an angled buffer brush. So as you guys can see right here, it's very angled. It's very soft as well. It costs $13. However, this brush is not the specific one that Morphe has in the store. They have one called the M501 brush, which is very similar to this one. This one does not have a number on here. I purchased this from Morphe.com, but I don't remember like what collection it was. But they have a similar one, which is the M501 brush, which is also $13, and also an angled buffer brush that's very similar to this brush. After applying contour, I like to use bronzer, and for bronzer I use the Morphe E4 brush, and this is what it looks like. It's angled as well like the contour brush, and it's much smaller than the contour brush. The angle is actually shorter than the contour brush as well, and this brush is $16. Description is actually for a contour brush, but I like to use it for bronzer because I do already have this contour brush, and I feel like this one is smaller. And with bronzer, I usually just apply it like on my forehead, my cheekbones, and underneath right here. So I want a very small and precise brush to apply bronzer, and I feel like this one is really really perfect. It can get to the hollows of your cheeks, around the curves of your face, and perfectly blend out your contour. So that's why I really like using this brush for bronzer, and this is the only brush that I own for bronzer as well. I don't have like a substitute for it. I always use this for my bronzer. Alright, so the next brush is this Morphe E62 brush. This is an angled nose contouring brush. As you guys can see, it's very angled, very much shaped like the contour brush that I use for my face, but this one is much more smaller, perfect for blending out the nose contour. It's angled so that it can reach like your brow bone, and then you can use it to drag down your nose contour and really shape it really well, like give it like a very straight shape. I feel like this is like the best brush I've ever seen for a nose contour. I used to use my hands to blend out my nose contour, my two little pinkies to blend them out, because it used to give me like a very precise shape. However, once I discovered this brush, this has been my go-to, and I've been using this since like last year, honestly, and I'm really loving this brush. So I would definitely recommend this brush if you're looking for a nose contour brush. So next is the blush brush. Okay, so I use the Morphe E3 brush, which is this right here. So this is just a precision pointed brush. It's usually used for powder. The description says it's used for powder. Online on the website it says it's sold out, so I don't know how much it goes for. I use this for blush. I do not use it for powder. I feel like it's perfect for blush. So it's tapered to a defined point, so it basically sweeps on the powder precisely where you want it. So that's why I really like using it for blush, and I feel like it's perfect for diffusing a highly pigmented blush. So I really like using this because you can really pick up on the blush and really place it on there. I do like to drag my blush all the way up to my cheekbones, so I feel like this is perfect because it really gets the pigmentation on there. I hope they have it in stock soon, so if you guys are interested in buying it out, you guys can buy it. So for powder to apply all throughout my face, I use this jumbo powder brush. You guys have seen me use this to kind of just like simmer down my highlight or simmer down my blush, or just apply like powder all over my face. It's very big and very rounded. This one I couldn't find in the Morphe store, but there's a substitution for it, of course. It's the M107 brush, very similar to this brush, a little bit smaller and a little bit more precise, but I feel like it does almost the same job as this one. It retails for $10. I feel like it effortlessly applies the powder. You can use it for bronzer, you can use it for blush, or you can use it to really simmer down parts of the makeup where you feel like you've put too much, maybe like highlighter or blush. You can use this powder brush to do that, and I feel like it also gives you like that airbrushed application when you're applying powder all throughout your skin. Last but not least, for highlighter, I like to use this Morphe. This is similar to the E60 brush that they have online. This one doesn't have a name. $9, and it's a deluxe highlight fan. So it's a fan brush. It's very flat. You guys have probably seen so many people using this brush. I really like this to apply highlighter because I feel like it picks up a small amount. It doesn't pick up too much. So I would recommend this for highlighter, or sometimes I like to use the Morphe M501 brush right here. It also functions as a highlighter brush. It's actually different from this fan brush, but this is almost the same thing. You can use it to apply highlighter and really get it on there, but this one is if you're looking for more pigmentation, because it does pick up more pigment than this fan brush. So those are the differences between these two, but these two both work as a highlighter brush. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it for this video. These are all the brushes that I use for blending out my complexion products. They are all Morphe brushes, and I used to use Sigma brushes, but they are kind of pricey, so it will be really hard to get a collection of brushes that you can be able to use. That's kind of hard because being that they're so expensive, it's like you have to buy them individually and you end up spending a lot of money. I mean, if you got that kind of money, like why not? I feel like Sigma brushes are great. They used to be my favorite brushes, go-to brushes. I still have them. They pick up pigment really well. The only thing is that they're kind of on the pricier side. And I wanted to show you guys brushes that people can be able to afford and easily buy if they're buying a whole bunch of them. Say you need a foundation brush, you need a contour brush, you need a concealer brush, you need everything. Morphe brushes are go-tos because they're very affordable. At the end of the day, if you buy them as a collection, they're very cheap. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to subscribe, join the family as usual, and also hit the bell so you're always notified of a new upload. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.